suggesting that the United States reputation has suffered yet again. I'll use the word, a catastrophic blow globally among our allies.
What a change from June and that G7 meeting, right, Joe, when there was a kind of triumphant re-entry into the world by Joe Biden, and he was welcomed with open arms at NATO, at the European Union, at the G7 in Cornwall, and they were all delighted to see Biden back and America back in the game. And what you're hearing totally publicly now from allies right across Europe, MPs in the UK, Conservative MPs standing up in Parliament saying that they are ashamed that the US Commander-in-Chief is blaming Afghans, some of whom they fought alongside, and not taking any blame for this himself. Really disparaging comments in public from other NATO allies about the US performance here. And I think more broadly, the concern is, and I've lived here for a long time, and to some extent I have always bought the argument that the US intelligence community, military performance, national security operation writ large could do what it needed to do around the world, that it was effective, that it was powerful, that it was competent. And I think for those of us who believe that the world is better off when America is strong and healthy and engaged, to see the level of incompetence that we saw in the very first stages of this operation was really worrying, because if they got that so wrong, what else might they get wrong around the world? And those are the kinds of questions and conversations I'm having with diplomats, some of whom actually had already been questioning the national security team of this White House. I mean, earlier on in the Biden presidency, I was surprised to hear a couple of European ambassadors here in Washington say to me, you know, it's interesting, they all sound really smart and they've all got the right grades, as David says, but they don't listen to their allies on an issue like Iran, for example, where one ambassador I spoke to has an awful lot of background on this. He says, I can't get them to engage at all. They're not interested at all in what allies have to say. And I kind of